Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we talk about luck, or why you're not really as unlucky as you may think. But first, have you followed me on Instagram at Solemn Vanguard? You totally should. There I try to show you a day in the life of actual random playing. Like I might be playing against someone and oh, this hand is funny, or oh, which deck do I play tomorrow? That kind of stuff. That's not something I can show you in a YouTube video, but maybe some of you still want to see. So on Instagram at Solemn Vanguard. And as always, this episode is brought to you by Zero Damage Gaming, my company. Beautiful, beautiful playmats, link in the description. So getting into the video, I often make some kind of point in some of the videos about meta predictions or how to play a certain thing, and people go, huh, sure, but not with my luck. Or, oh yeah, that might be true, but my opponent always crit sacks me, my opponent always gets triple crits, I never hit triggers, and all that kind of stuff. You know, the typical, oh, poor me, my luck is terrible. And the thing is, that's not true. Not true at all. Because it might be really easy to lie to yourself that you're always unlucky, but the truth of the matter is, unless you are terrible at shuffling, and so you unrandomize the deck to a point where you truly always get super many triggers in your hand or something like that, luck will always be 50-50. Maybe some games you will be 60-40 or 40-60, but then another game it will be vice versa. Because each deck, if built correctly, we assume that, should have around the same ratios of how often something might go wrong. Sure, overlords have conroe, so they might be a bit more consistent, they're built for that, but then they might also lack in certain other areas. They might have more grade 3s than another deck, maybe sometimes miss a grade 2 or something like that. So in general, luck is 50-50. So it makes no sense to say with my luck blah de blah de blah, because that is just something fed by confirmation bias. Now what confirmation bias means is you have a certain idea, a certain bias. This bias being, let's say, my opponent can always crit sack me. And so every single time that your opponent crit sacks you, you will be going, see, it happened yet again. But then every single time that you crit sack your opponent, you're like, huh, nice, some luck. But you totally don't actually register that you just had insane amounts of luck. So you keep telling yourself, oh, every single time they crit sack me, every single time it happens, and then it happens once, maybe out of 50 games, and you go, see, happens every damn time. But if you actually took a notepad and started seeing, oh, he got lucky there, a little stripe, oh, I got lucky there, a little stripe, you will see that over the course of thousands of games, you will actually be just as lucky as your opponent may be, assuming you both have good decks and shuffle normally. And then a second thing that often happens is that players are terrible at calculating probability. So the match might have been going on for a while and he double triggers you, and then you go, huh, so fucking lucky. But you didn't remember that you're playing against a blaster player who is using Floral Paladin Flogel and Sarugal. So this means that during the whole game, that blaster player has been thinning his deck with Wingal Youth and Lu and Blaster Blade Exceed and Wingal Brave and all that kind of crap in order to get grade 1 and grade 2 units out of the deck. And then Floral Paladin Flogel and Sarugal have been going back into the deck, essentially stacking the deck in a way. That person has been filtering so damn hard that the probability of said trigger coming up increases tremendously. So if someone's understanding of the game is limited, they might go, huh, see, lucky yet again. Not considering that probability-wise, that double trigger should have happened, not the other way around. That's why counting cards is also so important. It might be easy to say, huh, he just 6 damage healed. But if that guy only had 5 triggers in deck and 3 of them were heals, chances were pretty big he would do that anyway. So there are decks that can stack the deck in a certain way, and you should be mindful of that. It's also very possible that in the start of a game, someone that was really unlucky trigger-wise, and then started seeing them as the game went onwards. So you might go, huh, see, that's 3 drive checks already, that everything went perfectly. And you automatically forgot because of that confirmation bias, that in the beginning of the game that person didn't see a single trigger. So that's just something to be very, very mindful about. It's really easy to call luck, but when you actually look at it from an objective standpoint, and I have issues with it as well. Sometimes I just don't trigger check anything and I go, what the fuck, this kind of luck. But usually it's actually just perfectly normal. Now, of course, there are some games where it's just really ridiculous luck. I've had games where my opponent had a full deck, only one stand left, and then triggered that stand and bam, won the game right there. It happens, of course, but it doesn't happen as often as you may think. And on the flip side, such things will also happen in your favor from time to time. So don't just assume you are luckier than someone else. Really now? Was there a fucking... Oh, I'm gonna fuck... So I just realized there was this tiny fucking pop-up on my screen and it's driving me nuts because I'm not gonna re-record this. I re-recorded this twice already, so I'm not. You know what really pisses me off though? It hid this beautiful design from Zero Damage Gaming. So if you are interested in a beautiful playmat, go to zerodamagegaming.com and pick it up. You can have awesome designs like this Chrono Jet with small Chrono Dran right there. There's Sharot, Shiranui, and many others. Use the code LAUNCH at checkout to get 10% off on your amazing playmat and also support the channel that way. That was it for this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the Solemn Vanguard channel and click the bell button to stay up to date. Also follow me on Instagram and let me know your thoughts on luck in the comments down below. I will see you there. Ciao.